Hello everybody, this is Deidre with Paper Crafts and Planners, and today I thought I'd show you what I did with this cute little stamp of the month from Close to My Heart. This is the March 2022 stamp of the month. I'm actually getting my card shown during the month this is available. I know, crazy. So this is called You're the Goat, G-O-A-T, and it's the March 2022 stamp of the month, like I said. The way the stamp of the month works is when you spend $50, you can get this stamp for $5. So I get every stamp of the month, and I have the April one now that I'm going to start playing with, so hopefully I can get that video up in time. But I wanted to show you what I did. We're going to put one together, and I'm going to show you the materials I used and talk about how I kind of streamlined this because I knew I wanted to use all the characters and get a set of stamps done, or set of cards, sorry. So the first thing I did was get out my Misty, and I know this is probably going to create a glare, so I apologize ahead of time. Let me tilt it like this. So I have this size Misty, so you can get like about an 8.5 by 6.5 piece of paper in here. So I cut a little 8 by 6, I put it in here, and then I took every character and I lined them up. I think I got 5 at a time on there because I knew I wanted to punch them out, and I was going to use this 1.5 inch punch. So I spaced them out a little bit. I put 5 on each sheet, and I just kept stamping until I thought I had enough to make my cards. Then I took all the sentiments and I lined them up, and again I took 2 sheets of 6 by 8 to get them all. But I knew I wanted to cut those in strips, so I knew these were going to be circles, these were going to be strips of various widths because of, you know, some are 2 lines, some are 1. So I used my Misty so it all went very quickly, and I made sure I got a good impression with every single one. Now these, I did the characters in different colors, but that still wasn't a problem because I spaced them out enough that that was not a big deal. So then I found my paper collections. The first one I'm using is a Close to My Heart one. For most of the characters this worked, and it is called As You Grow, and it's in the main catalog, so it'll be good through the summer. But I purchased a lot of this because I'm doing some projects for my new grandbaby, and he has a woodland theme to his bedding and everything, and so I knew I would be using, let me see if I've got a full sheet of this one that's so cute. Yes. So it has 2 sides to it. One has a lot more pinks and mauves, and then the other side has reds and blues more. So I just love that everything's double-sided. You've got the stars, and then you've got this pink print, 2 different checks. So really cute. And then at the top, it tells you all the colors that are going to coordinate, which I also love when I'm working with a project. And this is the stamp set that coordinates with this. And I also have that because, as I said, I'm doing a lot of things for my grandson right now, some frame pictures and things for his room. The other paper collection I pulled is an Echo Park that I'm running very low on. Just have a little bit left, which is awesome. I love using up collections. And this one is called Beach Day. And so I have a whale and a frog. Was it a frog? Yes, a whale and a frog. And I did not, no, wasn't the frog. The frog, I did the woodland looking one. It's the crab. I wanted to do a blue crab and a blue whale, and I wanted to use some different paper. I didn't think they went with the foresty theme. So I pulled this Beach Day out and used some of these pieces, which turned out really cute. All right, so, and then I had charcoal ink, this Capri Carolina toffee for some of the animals, and then of course black. So these are the colors that I pulled out to work with. We're going to need the charcoal to finish this last card. I have my punch, I have my detail shears, and I have my little sponge dauber from Scrapbook.com with the domes that I really like. All right, let me show you the ones I've made so far. Oh, and I used a die. Can't forget to show that. This is called the Starburst Card Front, and it's from Close to My Heart. And I turned it all different ways, and I'll show you what I did. So here's the moose. Moose seeing you around. Too cute. Thanks for all you do. So doggone sweet. You're the goat. You're roarsome. Totally amazing. You're one cool cat. And then here's the whale I did. Get whale soon. I think so I don't have a punch between 1.5 and 2. But I think if I do this again, I might take one of my dies that's just a little bit bigger circle because it kind of cut off parts of the whale, but it's fine. And then here's the Just Because. And oh crab, I forgot. So some of the little characters have more than one sentiment that goes with them, and then some just have one sentiment. So also I wanted to show you, when you have a stamp set and you've gone ahead and done extra sentiments and extra, you know, I punched out extras of the cat and stuff. So I ended up putting them in the back of the stamp set so I know where they are the next time I use this stamp set. Okay, so let's put this one together. And this one's going to say happy birthday. And there's my little frog. So cute, that frog. Okay, so what I do with this, when I make these, I'm going to run this through twice. For one card, we'll need it run through twice. Actually, you can make 2 cards. So let me explain. So I ran this one through with this paper, with the little woodland looking, and then with the check. And so what that did, or the plaid, so what that did is it's going to give me alternating. And then I did another card and it'll alternate just the opposite. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, one thing I do need is my glue, my adhesive, and I do not see it. Here it is. Yeah, it's very important. And again, I know I've said this a million times, but this is my favorite glue because it dries matte and clear. So some of them dry clear, but they're shiny, and it can ruin a project, I think, to have that little shiny showing. I don't like it anyway. So we're just going to do a really thin line all the way around for this. This has become one of my favorite dies when I do not have a plan. Like these, I knew I wanted to sort of highlight these little characters and make them stand out, right? But I thought, well, what, you know, I got out my little book full of card templates or card recipes that I have. Some of them are close to my heart that came in the book, and then some of them are ones I printed off the internet. You know, my favorite things, and Operation Right Home, they have a whole bunch of really pretty ones. Okay. And I thought, I want something that highlights these little characters. I want them to stand out. And so I want to put them on a circle or an oval or something. And then this just occurred to me, this would be perfect. Okay, so now we're going to kind of lay this out. Now, if you get confused about what goes which direction, there is sort of a little bit of a beveled edge to these. So they kind of turn down a little bit on the side that should go on the top. So I'll just get a couple of these going here. Plus, if you get them on the flip side and not how you cut them, they're not going to fit anywhere. So that's another tip. And this one, it's easy to lay these out because I've already made the other card with these 2 prints. So all I have left are the ones that are going to go in here. Because you alternate them, you have to kind of think about it the first time you make a card with them. Okay. And also another tip is decide how you want this laid out. So you saw on some of them I turned it to the side and some straight up, and then some I wanted the little circle at the top, some at the bottom. So just make sure if you have a directional paper that you have the paper going the right direction, if that makes sense. So when you cut it out there and you put this together, you see how my flowers and butterfly, they're going up. I don't have to worry about them being sideways. Now the check, you could do it any way you wanted, or the plaid. And the polka dots I did on one, you could do that any way you wanted also. But with these things, with the flowers, you definitely want to be careful how you put that. All right, where does this go? Well, it would help if I wasn't doing it upside down. There we go. Okay, I don't have long fingernails, so I have to, sometimes it's hard to get a grip on these. And I could use my little thing with the sticky end to pick them up. And of course you can put the adhesive on these pieces or down in the little valley and then stick the pieces in, whichever way you think is easiest. Makes no difference. These are just fun to put together. They're like a little puzzle. And once you have all the pieces cut, so I did all my stamping first. I did all my punching. Then I did all my cutting my strips out, and I didn't worry about if they were exactly the size I wanted because I'm going to trim them down. Okay, I just put my adhesive on the wrong side. That's fine. I'm going to wipe it off. And once this dries, it will be fine. That will not stick to anything. Okay, so we're going to take and snip this down how I want it. And I think I'm going to put this Happy Birthday over to the side. So I'm going to cut straight on one side. And then on the other, I'm going to cut a little bit more of that off. And then I'm going to cut up the middle and then from each point into the middle. Like this. So I have my little flagged end. And then I'm going to take my sponge dauber and my inking tool and go around this. I just thought it looked better. It made it stand out more. So it just didn't kind of, I don't know, the plain white edges. I hardly ever leave anything plain white. I'm going to ink around the little frog circle. We're going to glue him down right here on top of that. And then put this over to the side. And of course you can put some bling on here or jazz it up any way you want, but I think that's so cute. Happy birthday. That's just adorable. So I hope you enjoyed seeing how I used the stamp of the month for March 2022. Here's all the cards we did. And of course I have all those pieces cut so I could keep going with this. I think You're the Goat is my favorite. I don't know why. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy crafting.